Lovely to see you. Hope all is well with you. Weather here in Bristol is actually really rather nice for once. How lovely. So let me just do my quick sound checks and then we'll have a bit of a chat. But good to see so many of you here, my goodness. Oh, there he is. Right, so I can hear that. Good. Can I hear this? Do we have any? Good, we have piano. Excellent. Do we have organ? Ooh. Knock things off the desk. So a little bit more from Fabulous. Excellent. I'll just turn the fan slightly because there's a bit of a buzz on the sound. Excellent, I think we're there. Marvellous. Right, turn that off so we don't get interrupted. Excellent. So how are things with you, altos? Let's pop over and see who is here. Gosh, 71 people online at the moment already. How amazing. So, let's work backwards to the most recent comment. Hello, Anne. Lovely to see you. Hello, Bridget. Really enjoyed having a go at the Alto Solo parts. Oh, you're very, very welcome. Really glad you like them. Yeah, we're going to invite you to sing along with the soloist in tomorrow's concert. When have you ever been invited to sing along with the soloist? Just think about it. If you're in a performing this with a same room choir tomorrow, and if you were to turn up and the conductor would say to you, feel free during the performance in front of the live audience to sing along with the soloist. Can't imagine that would happen. So here in Self-Isolation Choir you get the full gamut of experiences, including being the soloist. So I hope you have fun with that. Hello, Jill. I hope your visa gets sorted out. Sorry to hear you're having a bit of a tough time. Well, have a lovely sing and hopefully take your mind off it for a little bit. I was thinking about the wheels of bureaucracy. Sometimes they turn very slowly, as we all know. Hello, Jackie from Crouch End. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Jenny. Sound very quiet. Okay. It's not very quiet where I am. So maybe if there is a problem with the sound, let me know, Mark. But it may be at your end there. Sorry about that. Hello, Sally. Lovely to see you. Cardiff is sunny too. Marvellous. Hi, Glennis and Mary. Fabulous. Oh, great to see so many people. I hope your back feels better, Kit Kat. Sorry to hear you're having some trouble with that. Hello, Judith and Carolyn. Good morning. Hello, Paula. Bordata Anne. Lovely to see you. Hello, Glennis. And Albert. Hello, Albert. Masquerading as an alto today. Marvellous. There were so many altos in the bass and tenor rehearsal yesterday. I felt like well, giving them something to do, but in the end they had a lovely time and sang along and a little chat. It was great. Hello, Paul and Nancy and Jane, and who else is here? Hello, Linda and Julie. Hi, Julie and Debbie. Sop Alton, absolutely wonderful. Oh, so many people here already. Gosh, over 100 now. It's flying up. Good morning, Ruth. Hello, Alexandra. It is a bit buzzy, and I'm trying to work out what's going on with it. Hang on. It's not from here. Let me just see if I move that. That might actually just help slightly. Ah, I've worked out what the problem is. I've worked out what the... Okay, excuse me, everybody. Problem is, I'm an idiot. Right, bear with me a second, folks. I'm just going to turn the sound down just for a moment so we don't get nasty buzzing sounds. Sorry. Right. Now, hopefully that's fixed the problem. So just watch out. You might need to adjust your sound levels, folks. I've just realised that there was a completely different lead plugged in that should have been plugged in, that I moved around in order to do the mix of your wonderful performance of the Gloria Day. So I'm just going to check the organ sound, so bear with me a moment. Hopefully the buzz should be gone, and we should be hearing the organ nice and clearly. I'm just going to check that. Marvellous. Fine now. Yes, it's gone away. Excellent. And can we hear the organ all right? I just want to confirm that. Good. Well, since the buzz wasn't the fan, I'll move it back. Good. Good. There we are. Right. Everything's good. All lovely. No buzzing. All clear. Fabulous. The system works, ladies and gentlemen. So, we've got some lovely music to look at today, altos. Oh my goodness. This 8th movement, which we're going to start with, is an absolute jewel of the work. And as altos, you're going to want to learn this alto solo, I promise you. It's so beautiful. When you hear Nancy from the Fieri Consort singing it, I mean, it's one of those real moments when you first really engage with this movement, and when the hair stands up on the back of your neck, there's the most incredible melody, and the harmony that Vivaldi's crafted underneath is just so forward-looking and forward-thinking. Really, really advanced stuff, and absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's going to be great. Then we got the Qui Tollis, followed by Suscipe, all in one movement, a tiny little opera chorus in the middle of the Vivaldi Gloria, and then the last 2 movements. Well, the 11th movement, it's barely there. It's a tiny little kind of truncated version of the first movement, and then the last movement is this big fugue, which will take us probably about half an hour to learn, but will be a fantastic way to finish our rehearsals, or at least to finish the learning. I suspect, given the way the other rehearsals have gone over the last day or so, we should have time in the end for just one more. And so I think the plan is to sing Domine, Fili, Unigenite. So make sure you're ready for a good old gallop at the end of the rehearsal. Okay, saddles at the ready, crops handy, so we can go galloping off to lunchtime at about 12:30. Fabulous. I hope you've all seen all the messages about the amazing Mahler opportunity that you have. We will be, Self-Isolation Choir is putting on a brand new, unique version of the last movement of Mahler's amazing Resurrection Symphony. I mean, it was the rehearsals yesterday were just buzzing with basses and tenors in particular, who just couldn't quite believe that they were going to have this opportunity. If you've never sung Mahler 2 before, give yourself the chance to do it now. I mean, honestly, I was talking to Mark last night while we were talking about the mix of your Vivaldi Gloria, which, by the way, sounds fantastic. And I just said to him, it's one of those things, if Mahler 2 were to come to your town, we would say that Mahler 2, we're going to put on Mahler 2 in a month's time, and you can come along and be part of the chorus, and you can be taught the chorus by the conductor, and then you can sing as part of it and be part of a CD. I mean, thousands of people would sign up for it, and that's just in your town. So the fact that this is a global project is just amazing. You can all be part of a brand new recording of Mahler 2, and then you add in the fact that Marina Mahler, Mahler's granddaughter, has given her blessing to the project and can't wait to hear it. I mean, Mark has sent us a fantastic quote from Marina that just said, I know my grandfather would really love the fact that people all around the world were singing his music at this incredibly challenging time. I'm paraphrasing slightly. Mark will send me the quote, I'm sure, and I'll read it out for you in the comments. But, to have Marina Mahler's support is just unbelievable. So if you haven't signed up for it yet, there is time still. Obviously, they won't be starting rehearsals till September, and the performance is in November. Do sign up for it if you can. I mean, I'm not conducting it. John's conducting it, and I'm going to be coming along, and I'm going to be learning. I'm going to submit my own recording, because I want to be on a recording of Mahler 2. Why wouldn't you? Honestly. So, yeah, lots and lots of exciting stuff to look forward to in September. Obviously, my version of Elijah, which starts in September, is going to be fantastic fun. We are going to dive headlong into that really dense and exciting package of it's a combination really of some of the grand Baroque styles of Handel and Bach, mixed in with the real emotional core of the Romantic era. So you get much more kind of emotional depth. You get a wider range of styles. You get to be, in one hand, a choir of angels singing the most beautiful piece called Lift Thine Eyes, which many of you will know, all the way through to the followers of the false god Baal, and you get to sing these three choruses known as the Baal choruses, which are great fun. They start off calling Baal to come and perform this great work, and of course he doesn't answer because he's not there. And as the choruses progress, they get more and more urgent, more and more desperate. You get to sing, then did Elijah the prophet break forth like a fire, which is incredibly passionate and incredibly exciting, and far, far more besides. So Elijah's going to be amazing as well. And then, of course, Christmas. We have some amazing, absolutely amazing stuff happening at Christmas. And as it's looking, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that Christmas this year, singing Christmas time is going to be still most likely going to be restricted. We've put together, I think, something that we can all be proud of, we can all take part in, and we can all celebrate Christmas in the way that we enjoy, which is to say through music, through song, through being with people. So we'll be telling you all about Christmas tomorrow afternoon during our special concert. And of course, you'll also have seen that tomorrow's concert is rather special as well. But I'll talk about that more in a minute once we start officially. We will be going right the way through till 12:30. So do make sure that you've got a good drink of water handy. If you need to have a second drink, if you need to have coffee as well or something similar, particularly if it's early in the morning, entirely fine. Just make sure you've got plenty of room, make sure you're comfortable, and we'll get the rest of this amazing Gloria learned. And I'll just very quickly say hello to some lovely people over here before we get started. Hello Gina, hello Vic, hello Anne, great to see you. Hello Carol, lovely to see you as well. Hello Margaret and Kathy, and Barbara from Bray County, and Sue from Boston. Oh, wonderful. Hello, Melanie from Luxembourg. My goodness, what an amazing choir we have here, everybody. Well, I've just seen Mark's comment. Mahler 8 will come after Mahler 2. Oh, this is the thing. Mark has a plan, I think, to put on all the Mahler concerts, all the Mahler symphonies, one after the other, and he's well on the way. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should get started. So, a very, very good morning. It's 11 a.m. here in the UK. It is time for the second of the 2 alto rehearsals in week 3 of the amazing self-isolation choir summer school. Thank you so much, those of you here joining me at the start of rehearsals today. We have well over 250 people on live, and I'm sure that number's going to climb as we move forwards. We are learning this week, as I'm sure you know, the beautiful Vivaldi Gloria, and we got the first, well, just over half actually of the Gloria learnt earlier this week. Today we're going to be learning the 8th movement, which is this gorgeous Domine Deus Agnus Dei, which is a choral response to a beautiful alto solo. And many of you I know out there know this alto solo. Many of you, if you don't know it, will certainly come to know and love it. And I'll talk more about some of the fantastic resources that you have as altos as we go forwards for this one. After we've learnt that one, it'll be then the 9th movement, Qui Tollis, which is a very forward-thinking, forward-looking piece of music which pulls together some of Monteverdi's influences. It's a very operatic chorus, this one. We then have another lovely alto solo, which we won't look at, but I'm going to be encouraging you all to in your own time, have a listen to and sing along with some of these wonderful solos. And then we come to the final 2 movements of the Gloria, the Quoniam to Solus and Cum Sancto Spiritu, which is the final fugue. And had a lot of fun with the tenors and basses learning these movements yesterday. I think, just looking at the timings, we should hopefully finish in time to have one more movement, which will be Domine, Fili, Unigenite, just to revise what we did on, when was it, Tuesday, and to finish with a nice rollicking climax to the rehearsal. So if you haven't had a chance to have a good warm-up yet this morning, please feel free to pause this this stream, go and have a good warm-up and come back, because we'll be stretching your range a little bit. I think your highest notes today are going to be a C above middle C, so it's not going to be approaching the dizzying heights of Messiah or even the Rutter. I mean, some of the notes that John asked us to sing in some of his movements were pretty high for altos. Vivaldi keeps it all a little bit more attainable, I think. So what we'll do, please, if I could ask you to make sure that you have your drinks ready and you've got some space around you for a bit of a stretch. So if I can invite everybody, please, to take to their feet, stand up for me, plant your feet as shoulders width apart, make your knees nice and soft, straighten your back and your neck for me, and start to take some nice deep breaths in and out. And just use this, as we do every day, as an opportunity to just get rid of any stress, any tension, anything that is worrying you or bothering you. And if I could ask you also, I've just noticed, I'm just going to pull this across slightly, excuse me, you don't want to see my shelf over there. I'm going to ask you to just let go of anything that you're carrying you don't need to think about for the next hour and a half. This next hour and a half is your time. It's your opportunity to just enjoy this lovely music and whatever else you've got going on in your life. If you don't need to worry about it for now, just breathe it out. Great job. Let's take a nice deep breath in together and blow the air away from us. Well done. Let's do that one more time. Make your mouth nice and tall. Breathe in and blow the air away. Fantastic. We have 300 altos online at the moment, which is a fantastic number. And so really just feel connected to all of these other lovely singers all around the world, all singing together. Really feel that connection. Somebody said on Twitter, you know, we sound like a real choir. Well, we are a real choir, but as I'm fond of saying, we just practice extreme social distancing. So what we'll do now, everybody, is we'll just let a little bit of the tension drain away from our neck and our shoulders. And so just allow yourself to relax a little bit as we just roll the shoulders round a little bit. And once you've done that a few times, roll your shoulders back the other way and just allow yourself to relax. Give yourself permission to relax. And then bring your shoulders up to your ears. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders fall. Well done. Thank you. Tilt your shoulders over to one side. Your neck, I should say. Tilt your head over to one side, stretch your neck out. And to the middle, and the other way. Great. And to the middle and forwards, please. Just stretch those muscles out. And to the back. And just roll your head around within those 3 movements, left, right, and forwards. Great job. Thank you, altos. Okay, so please rehydrate yourselves. Have a little sip of drink. I'm going to do the same. And we'll do a little bit of humming just to warm up. So we'll start there on middle C. Okay, so hum with me, please, altos. And... still humming. Now, ooh. And O for orange. And air. Still air. And R. One more. Thank you very much indeed. What we'll do, we'll go back here and we'll just sing a couple of just simple thirds up and down. So my turn first, please. We'll have ma, ma, ma. Your turn. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your turn. Thank you. Me, me, me. Great. Thank you very much indeed. That's all we'll warm up to for now. That is very much in terms of the notes we have coming up. That's plenty. We as we go there, I think your highest note is a C above middle C. We don't sing that for an hour or so. So if I could ask you, please, altos, to open your scores. And just to remind you, please, we are using the Westermann editions that we've sent you. All the page numbers, all the bar numbers refer to this edition. If you have your own paper copy, I mean, you're more than welcome to use it, but just be aware that sometimes there may be differences between those copies. So to be certain that you're on the same hymn sheet, as it were, as everybody else, please use our edition if you can. And we're going to start with the 8th movement, Domine Deus Agnus Dei. This is page 49. And it opens with this absolutely beautiful alto solo. And we're not going to dwell on this. We're not going to learn it as a section. But you do have access to this wonderful solo in the resources we've sent you. And I would thoroughly recommend to anybody who has a voice that fits this range, have a sing of it. Get it into your voice. It doesn't go particularly high. It has some beautiful writing. It's obviously a lot of Vivaldi's music, particularly his choral music, was written for young female voices. A lot of his students, all his students at the orphanage, were young girls who were quite often, it turns out, they were the illegitimate daughters, for the most part, of the nobles of the city, and so they were generally very well taken care of, but they were sort of put into this orphanage where Vivaldi taught them music. And so a lot of these lines are written for young voices, so they're not massively complicated. A lot of them move by step or by small leap, and this movement is just gorgeous. So if you have a minute, have a look at this lovely solo. But the full choir comes in bar 13, which is on page 50, and we sing Qui Tollis peccata, and you can see that Vivaldi has put the important syllables on the strong beats. Qui Tollis peccata. Okay, so we're going to just emphasize the toll and the ka within that phrase. I'm also going to ask you, if we can, I've said this already to the tenors and basses, we're just going to soften the t sound as we sing, because I don't particularly want Qui Tollis peccata. I don't want a t sound in there. And when you listen to choirs, particularly professional choirs, they tend to just take the very top edge of the T off. So rather than showing your teeth when you sing Qui Tollis, if you just cover your top teeth with your lips, Qui Tollis, it just softens it slightly. It also means you have a little bit more air to get through to the end. It just softens the whole thing. So your first line altos, with all that being said, from bar 13 on page 50, sounds like this. It's 1, 2, Qui Tollis peccata. And we're going to emphasize the ka and pull away on the ta, as it were. So sing with me, please. 1, 2, Qui Tollis peccata. Very nice. We then have another Qui Tollis peccata with the same shaping, the same phrasing, but here we're on an F natural and we stay on that note. So we sing with me from bar 15, the last note. 3, 4, Qui Tollis peccata. Nice and straightforward. Let's do it one more time for luck. 1, after 4, 3, and 4. Qui Tollis peccata. Well done. Now, our next note is a tone lower, and we sing again Qui Tollis peccata, same shape, same phrasing, and all on the E flat. So sing with me, please, after 2 in bar 18. 1, 2, Qui Tollis peccata. Fantastic. Well done. Now, appreciate in terms of pitches, that's really quite straightforward. In fact, it's not jumping around. There are very few lines in this piece where the sections jump. The basses have got octave leaps, but that's fairly typical for the basses. It's all very, very still, and this is the part of the Gloria. These next 3 movements really are the supplication, the pleading for forgiveness part of the sacred work. And so here things start to get a little bit darker, and your line is really important. It's that anchor that we were talking about during Messiah. The core of the harmony is with you. So could we sing from the top of page 50, please, bar 13 to bar 19? Okay, and So let's just start on that F sharp there in bar 13 and coming in after 2. Take a nice deep breath for me. 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata, Domine Deus rex celestis, and Qui Tollis peccata, Domine Fili Unigenite, Qui Tollis peccata. Well done. Very, very well done. So then at the bottom of page 51, you might have noticed, by the way, I really love this alto solo. And yeah, any opportunity I get to sing this alto solo at pitch, I take it. And would thoroughly recommend you do the same. Bar 23 is our next entry. And we've been building to this. We've sung Qui Tollis peccata 3 times. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Okay, we actually get to finish the phrase. And here's only 2 notes in terms of pitch. And you'll recognise the rhythm. He's just added on 2 crotchets at the end. So bar 23 to 24 sounds like this for the altos. It's 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Okay, and before we sing it, I'm just going to ask you to be really careful when you move from the G to the F, that we get that intonation exactly right, that we don't sing flat. One way to help would be to smile, particularly with your eyes, as you move from the note on Cantata Mundi to help with the pitch. So let's sing that together from 23. Ready? 1 and 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Great job, well done. And now we reach the fire in this movement. I want this next bit, which is 26 and then again bar 28. I want these 2 bars to be a little bit more intense. Not necessarily loud, and the whole thing is all at the same dynamic pretty much. Mezzo forte, not too loud. But Agnus Dei, you can hear in the harmony, there's a real sort of begging for forgiveness here. Agnus Dei, Filius Patris, Filius Patris. So the harmonies are really intense, and so we just want to lean in ever so slightly. Pitch-wise, again, it's not desperately demanding. It's just a G, and then on Filius Patris it drops to the F. So let's sing this together. From 26, it's just 4 crotchets. Sing with me. 3, 4. Agnus Dei. Same note, and Filius Patris. Lovely, well done. And what I will say is that Agnus Dei is absolutely a little bit stronger, a little bit more fiery. Filius Patris, aim for the first note. Filius Patris. Okay, so we'll pull away on that last note on Filius Patris. Okay, excellent. So over the page, please, to page 53, and we are now at bar 31, and we have 2 bars, and I'd like you to phrase them in individual bars. Miserere, miserere. Okay, so we're aiming in each case for the 3rd beat of the bar. We're going to crescendo through and then pull away for the 4th beat. Okay, starting there. So it goes like this on 31. 3, 4. Miserere, miserere. Okay, so to sing that with me from 31. 3, 4. Miserere, miserere. Well done. Very, very well done. So we come to the last phrase in the movement. So this is bar 35. And so what you'll need to do is to follow the alto solo along. Not difficult to do, because many of you, I'm sure, will be singing it at the same time. The alto sings in bar 33. She sings Miserere nobis. Okay, and her first note on no is an F. That's your note. When you sing in bar 35, you sing Miserere Okay, so let's just sing that together from 35, and just notice, before we do sing, just notice the S of nobis should be exactly on the third beat of that last bar, so that it clears beautifully for the organ to change chord. Okay, so miserere nobis, please. 35, 3, 4. Miserere nobis. That's it. Very, very well done, altos. Okay, so what we're going to do, as we did with the rest of the choir, we're going to sing this through with just the alto chorus part to begin with, and then, as a special treat, we're going to hear the full Fieri performance of this movement. So you'll get to hear the wonderful alto solo, and hopefully this will really inspire you to have a go at singing this beautiful piece yourselves. And so we're going to sing this one twice. The first to get the notes, and the second to really just get a sense of this amazing atmosphere that this piece creates. So we have, again, we have our wonderful Fieri consort. We have Richard on the organ. And so let's sing along. Take it away, Richard. So the alto then sings. Domine Deus, Agnus Dei Filius Patris, Domine Deus, Domine Deus, Agnus Dei Filius. Ready? So your note is
Qui Tollis peccata.
well done. Take a deep breath and
Qui Tollis peccata.
deep breath.
Qui Tollis peccata.
Domine Deus, Domine Deus, Agnus Dei Filius Patris,
Qui Tollis peccata mundi.
miserere, and
Agnus Dei
miserere,
Filius Patris.
miserere nobis. Now really warm.
Miserere, miserere.
Miserere nobis.
Miserere nobis.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you, Richard. Sorry to stop you in mid-flow there. We're going to sing that again, and this time I'm just going to have the full choir so you could hear your part in context. And I want you to really feel the emotion in this one. Some absolutely beautiful harmonies, and just take the opportunities. You're singing these relatively simple lines to phrase them for me. Okay, the Qui Tollis peccata is quite easy if you're not concentrating, because I'm sure you all are. But it's quite easy to fall into the trap of going Qui Tollis peccata. a little bit bored. Actually, you've got to really commit to a line as simple as that. You've got to sing all the way through and make it as musical as you can. So that's your challenge. Each of these little statements that comes in and answers the solo, craft it, make it absolutely beautiful, okay, as the Fieri Consort have done. So let's have the full Fieri Consort with the wonderful Nancy singing the solo, and this is the full performance of Domine Deus Agnus Dei. Have fun. Here we go. Deep breath.
Qui Tollis peccata, Domine Deus Rex Celestis, Qui Tollis peccata, Domine Fili Unigenite, Qui Tollis peccata,
Bit of intensity.
Agnus Dei, Filius Patris,
Wow. Isn't that just stunning? A beautiful performance. Thank you, Nancy. Wow. I was saying yesterday, the tenors and basses, she sings that first note and all the hair stands up on the back of your neck. Absolutely amazing singing. Well done to the full Fieri Consort and to Richard, and well done to you, altos. That's brilliant. That's another movement in the bag. So we'll move on straight away to page 54, which is Qui Tollis. Okay, please just take this opportunity to just roll your shoulders around, have a bit of a stretch, rehydrate yourselves. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. And do remember, we have put up, I'm pretty sure we've put this up, haven't we, Mark? A special version of that which has the full choir without the solo. So you can be the soloist with a full choir singing your... full choir's got your back. How about that? Absolutely amazing. So anyway, this wonderful Qui Tollis This is the supplication, the part where people fall to their knees and really do beg for forgiveness. And what I love about this is you can hear that in the music. This is a really good example of this second practice, Seconda Pratica, that I was talking about, the Stile Moderna, where the words are more important than the music. And if the words dictate that the music should feel a certain way, well, that's what happens, as opposed to the Prima Pratica, where the words almost didn't matter, they were a vehicle for the music. And what we hear in these harmonies is just this sense of descending all the time. Everything just descends, almost as if everybody is kneeling and begging for forgiveness. And once everybody is settled, there is then a change in the middle. We're looking at now at bar 8. Suscipe, hear us, Lord, heed our supplication. Really pleading for forgiveness at this point, and it becomes much more urgent. Suscipe, deprecationem nostram. Really quite urgent, and this is quite operatic. It's very unusual in a piece of Baroque music to have this sort of shift. You only really see it in pieces by composers who are opera composers. Look, for example, at Messiah, Since by Man Came Death, where you have the chorus on its own and then the contrast with the chorus and the orchestra. Vivaldi's done the same thing here 30 plus years earlier. So let's have a look at this. We will learn this all the way through, and then we will sing it just as we did with number 8. This will be another one I'm going to ask you to sing along today with the full Fieri performance. These are the only tracks that you're going to hear ahead of tomorrow, though. All right, we will premiere the full Fieri performance tomorrow with all the solos, and we'll run it from the first movement to the last movement. It's absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait for you to hear it. But you're going to get to hear the 9th movement once we've learnt it. So we begin on page 54, and these first 7 bars are slow and full of contemplation, really. So your first line comes in after 2, and notice it's quiet. It's 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Okay, so sing that with me, please. After 2, 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Fabulous. Now notice I am smiling just to keep the intonation, to help the tuning there, because we're dealing with a mixture of tone and semitone there, so just be careful climbing up and down there. We are observing the pauses here. You remember in the first movement I said disregard that pause, it was editorial. These pauses are not. These are Vivaldi's markings, so we will observe. So it'll be Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Okay, so a slight hold on that last note of each of those 2 bars. Let's just sing it one more time from the beginning. Okay, so there's your note after 2. 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Excellent. Then over the page, sopranos have frankly a really quite tricky note to grab from nowhere, but that's not your concern because they'll do that brilliantly, I'm sure. Your next note is an F sharp. Now actually we've just sung a whole load of F sharps, and what you might want to do, just to help remind you, is to circle the F sharp on ta, on 54, pekka ta, and just draw an arrow to your next entry, just as you sing it, just to sort of remember I must remember where this pitch sits in my throat, so I can come in nice and cleanly on 1. Peccata mundi. Okay, so there's your note. Sing it for me, please. I'll give you the bar before so you hear that soprano lead. So the sopranos in bar 5 goes 1, and peccata mundi. Excellent. Now we have this operatic change of style and of emotion. And as I said, this is really unusual. Most of the time in Baroque music, of which this is a good example, you tend to only have one emotion per movement. This is the sad movement, this is the happy movement, this is the exciting movement. Here, he's changing within a movement, suddenly. And so to reflect that, we're going to have a tempo change at this point, everybody. We're going to move from this slightly free, almost recitative style to minim equals 100, so that's suscipe, deprecationem. Okay, so just mark that in. We're going to be going into a fairly strident 3 in a bar, okay? And so what I'll do is I'll play and sing for you from bar 8 now through to bar 15, okay? So 8 to 15, it sounds like this. So 1, 2, 3. Suscipe, deprecationem, deprecationem nostrum. All right, mostly moving by step. In fact, I think it is all moving by step. All bi-nextronomes, one small leap there at the start. We're going to break after the two suscipes. Suscipe, suscipe. Can you make sure you're not emphasizing the last note in that, so we don't get suscipe, suscipe. All right, pull back slightly so we get suscipe, suscipe, deprecationem. All right, so the emphasis is at the start of the bar rather than at the end. Let's sing that together. I appreciate there's a little bit of counting to do in bar 13, but we'll work on that in a minute. Straight in at suscipe, please. So 1, 2, 3. Suscipe, suscipe, deprecationem, deprecationem nostrum. Brilliant. Very well done. And you'll have noticed, those of you that are familiar with the hemiola, there it is again, bar 13 and 14. That's why you've got that onem tied across the bar. So you have exactly the hemiola split from 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to onem nostrum. I mean, that is as clearly a hemiola rhythm as there ever was. Okay, so when you get to bar 13, it goes from a feel of 3 in a bar to 3 lots of 2 instead. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, give it a go with me again. One more time from suscipe, please, from bar 8. 1, 2, 3. Suscipe, suscipe, deprecationem, deprecationem nostrum. Brilliant. Then the sopranos come in on an unexpected A. It is very unexpected at that point. You then have to come in on that F sharp. And again, if you want to just circle the note in bar 14, the nos on the F sharp, just draw a little arrow to the de in bar 17, just to, again, just give your brain a little bit of a nudge. So that's the note you're going to need when you come in, because you get no help at all from the sopranos in bar 16. And in fact, the bar 5 and bar 16 for sopranos are some of the trickiest, because they have to grab that note absolutely perfectly. Again, you don't need to worry about that, but we do need to make sure we come in properly in bar 17. And so this is a direct repeat of bars 12 to 15, except at the very end there's one tiny difference. Let's see if you can spot it. From bar 17, it sounds like this. Deprecationem nostrum. I'm sure you spotted it. It's not exactly subtle. There again is that lovely tierce to Picardy, the Picardy third, where we finish, instead of on a minor chord, we finish on a major chord, because that then takes us to the next movement. So let's sing that last phrase, deprecationem, from bar 17. We ready, altos? 1, 2, 3. Deprecationem nostrum. And there will be an ever so slight hold, a slight hold back just before that last chord. The term for that is rubato, okay, flexible tempo. We're just going to pull back a little bit, and then we're going to pause on that last chord for a little bit longer. So there we have it, altos. What I'd like to do is, as we did before, is to sing along I'm just going to load up my files here. So use this as an opportunity to have a little drink and rehydrate yourselves. So we will sing along one more time with just the alto on her own, and then with the full choir, because these two pieces, they do require that context, I feel. Okay, so there is our first note, and we're going to sing from the very beginning. Ready after two. 1, 2. Qui. Oh. Sorry. Fieri wasn't watching. Sorry. Come on, Nancy. Let's try that again. And 1, 2.
Qui Tollis, peccatum mundi.
Sopranos. And 1. Excellent. Well done, alto. So let's do that just one more time with the full force of the Fieri consort. Right. So here's your note one more time. Let's see if we can all come in together, folks. What do you think? And 1, 2. Qui Tollis, peccatum mundi. Bravo. Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause, and can we have a little round of applause for the wonderful Fieri consort and Richard on the organ. Brilliant job, folks. Fabulous. Well, look, we are halfway through the rehearsal. We've learned 2 of the 4 movements. We are absolutely bang on schedule. So do please hydrate yourselves. Have a little moment. Roll your shoulders around. Bit of a stretch. Okay. Lots of people liking the hemiolas and the piccati thirds. Fabulous. Okay, so the 10th movement is a solo. It is an alto solo. This one is a little bit more technically demanding, but I really would recommend you have a good go at it. This lovely sense of contrast between long held notes and faster notes, semiquavers. This is a really good one for those of you who are interested in developing your singing. In terms of grades, you'd expect to see this one in the upper grades of the associated board music exams. You might see this as a grade 6 or grade 7. So this is a demanding piece. The Domine Deus Agnus Dei is more of a grade 4, grade 5 piece, so it's a little bit easier. Having said that, have a sing along. Have fun with it. It's absolutely brilliant. Great fun. And so we come to the last 2 movements of this wonderful work. Now, Quoniam to Solus Sanctus is a direct callback to the first movement, and if you're an experienced choral singer, you'll have come across this before. If you've ever sung, for example, the Mozart Requiem, you'll notice at the very end the first movement and the fugue come back, same music, just with the words updated. Handel does this a lot in his work, and Vivaldi does as well. So all the classical composers, it's a way of just providing a little bit of symmetry, bookending the work. And Bach does it in the Magnificat. I mean, it's common practice. But what Vivaldi has done here is given us a much shorter version of the original opening. So if you just quickly flick through the pages for me from 63, 64, 65, 66, it's 4 pages long, and it never really gets going. It it just is effectively telling the congregation or the audience, we're nearly at the end, just one fugue to go. All right, so let's just have a little look at this. The words, first of all, Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. You can be really careful to make sure all these vowel sounds are nice and pure, particularly the R of Sanctus. Okay, so Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. Say that with me. 1, 2. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. Excellent. And just notice where I'm putting all the S's. Okay, we're getting really good as a choir now. I was listening yesterday to you singing the first two movements of the Vivaldi. Absolutely brilliant. And the thing that I'm going to be starting to bang on more and more about is just the accuracy of the S's, because we're at that point now. It's sounding absolutely brilliant. How do we improve it? It's getting the S's really, really tight. So, Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. I'm not putting an extra S in between Solus and Sanctus, and I'm putting the S at the end exactly on the beat. So let's have a go. Let's put the S's exactly where they need to be. After 2, ready? 1, 2. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. Very good, very good. So note-wise, pitch-wise, it's not going to be particularly difficult, because it's just 1, 2. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. 4, 1, 2. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. Sing that with me, please, in bar 6. After 2, 1, 2. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. 4, 1, 2. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. Excellent job. Well done. That's 2 pages learnt. Now, so we have this repeating phrase. It's almost exactly the same as we sang before. It just rises in minim, so we sing Tu solus Dominus, and then we echo quietly Tu solus Altissimus. So let's sing those 2 phrases, please. Just those 2 phrases from bar 10. Tu solus. Ready? After 2, and 1, 2. Tu solus Dominus. Shh. Tu solus Altissimus. Excellent, excellent. Now notice you will need to shorten the S's there. Tissimus. And then grab a breath for the next phrase, which is suddenly forte, subito forte, in bar 17. And we sing, Jesu Christe, and then Jesu Christe. Okay, so the first one is da-da-da-dum, and the last one da-da-da-dum. Okay, so let's sing those last 2 Jesu Christe, starting in bar 17. Are ready after 4, 2, 3, 4. Jesu Christe, Jesu Christe. And that's it. Let's sing it all the way through. Just with me in the piano, please, Altus. We have plenty of time. Starting in bar 6. Okay, forte, lots and lots of power. This, by the way, before we sing, you'll have noticed that this is the moment where we start to turn from the dark back to the light. So we start with a big, exciting opening, a little bit of introspection, lots of nice jumpy movements in the middle. We have the supplication starting in the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th movements, 8th, 9th and 10th movements. And then here, the sun shines again. So let's have a nice bright sing. Okay, so from bar 6 after 2, 1, 2. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. 4, 1, 2. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus. 4, 1, 2. Tu solus Dominus. Echo. Tu solus Altissimus. Jesu Christe. Jesu Christe. Brilliant job. So good. I think what we should do is sing it with the Fieri and the organ, just the alto part though. We're not going to share this last movement with you until tomorrow. I know you want to hear it. You can hear it tomorrow. Okay. So, the power, ladies and gentlemen, the power. So I'm just getting this ready. So we'll just have this first movement, this 11th movement on its own, and then that just leaves us with this fantastic fugue. All right. So here we go from the beginning of the 11th movement. Take it away, Richard. Take a deep breath. 1, 2.
Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus.
Deep breath.
Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus.
And strong.
Tu Solus Dominus.
Echo.
Tu Solus Altissimus.
And loud now.
Jesu Christe.
Deep breath.
Jesu Christe.
Fantastic. Well done, altos. So that is, that's a very short movement, that one. Very, very short. That leads us to the last movement of the Vivaldi's Gloria. Absolutely wonderful. This is the Cum Sancto Spiritu. Okay, and as I said on Monday, this actually isn't all Vivaldi's own work. This is a piece that was written by one of Vivaldi's contemporaries, a man called Ruggiero. And this is very typical in Baroque music, where you would find a composer. They use the term, in Music Academia, they use the term borrowing. Okay, I think the term permanently borrowing is probably more appropriate, but Handel did this a lot. Vivaldi does this. It's quite common for composers to borrow ideas, melodies, motifs, entire pieces, and just change the name on them. Say, I wrote this. Now, as I said, Handel is probably the most the best known for this. I wrote my degree dissertation on Handel and Purcell, and in particular how Handel had borrowed quite a large chunk of Purcell's beautiful Te Deum for his Utrecht Te Deum. And so, as I said, it's perfectly normal. Interestingly, with this though, Vivaldi used a version of this fugue in his first Gloria. This is actually the second Gloria, definitely the best known of all three. One of them is lost. We lost to time. It's probably going to turn up in an attic somewhere in Rome at some point. But he used an earlier version of this, which wasn't as advanced. It wasn't as chromatic. It didn't have this this feel of rising by semitone, which we'll discover as we go through. So this last movement is Vivaldi's sort of rejigged version. It's an arrangement really of this lovely piece by Ruggiero, and it's really very, very typical of the style. It sounds in many places like Monteverdi, and it's really exciting. So it's a fugue, and those of you who sang on our previous Baroque project will have come across a fugue before. If you've never come across a fugue, it is very simply a very typical Baroque device. It's a way of writing that changes the emphasis from big block chords like that Qui Tollis that we sang. This has individual lines that weave together, and so what you'll notice if you have a look at the bass line, which starts Cum Sancto Spiritu, then the sopranos come in with what's called a counter subject, Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria. So where the bass is moving slowly, the counter subject moves quickly, and vice versa. So this is where the term counterpoint comes from. Okay, so we come in altos in bar 6, and notice this is a forte opening here, coming nice and loud, and you get this fugue subject that the bass has introduced a short while ago. So I'm going to sing and play for you from bar 6 through to bar 11, the first note of bar 11, okay? And it goes like this, after 4, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Okay, very, very nice little tune. Alright, let's sing that together from Cum Sancto Spiritu. Nice deep breath, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Lovely, and you're the melody line there at that point, so really just enjoy singing that all the way through. We're now at bar 11, and we have just a nice little Amen, and it's one of these moments where you can hear the Baroque technique of creating tension and release. You can hear it happening. Amen. You can hear that there's going to be a clash there. And then the resolution. And then we land on that last note. So when you have these moments where you're building towards tension, as I said when we last rehearsed together, grow through the note across the bar. So you get this 2, 3, Amen. Okay, grow towards the tension and then lighten the resolution, and you get a lovely musical phrase. So let's sing that together after 3. Just the Amen in bar 11. 1, 2, 3. Amen. Lovely. Okay, over the page we've now got a few bars from 13 to 16 with some long notes, and let me just sing this for you. Okay, so this is 13 to 16 after 4, 3, 4. Amen, amen, amen. Okay. So sing with me, please, some 13. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Amen, amen, amen. All right, just be careful at the end there, that we're going all the way up to that B. Fabulous. And so that is the first 3 pages. Can we sing from your first entry, please, altos, on page 67, which is bar 6. Okay, in after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Amen, 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 amen. Excellent. Very well done, altos. Good, good, good. So that's the opening of the fugue sorted. And again, if you remember our previous excursions in the world of Baroque music, particularly the end of Messiah, that amazing Amen, well, there was an instrumental section just after the opening. Same in Zadok the Priest at God Save the King. There was a little moment where the instruments got to play, gives the choir a bit of a break, breaks up the texture. Well, that's exactly what's happening here. Vivaldi gives us a few bars to gather our breath and gather ourselves and gives the instruments a chance to have a bit of a play. And so we then come in bar 25. The tenors and the basses come in with this Cum Sancto Spiritu, and you, for the first time, get this faster moving counter subject. And so what we'll do is we'll play and sing from 25 through then to 28. 25 to 28, and it sounds like this. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Okay, it is almost exactly the same as when the basses sang it a few bars earlier. Okay, let's sing that together and make this particularly exciting and vibrant. Okay, Cum Sancto. After 4, 3, 4. Sorry, not after 4. After 1. Let's try that again. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Great. Very, very well done. Good stuff. And then we have a couple of amens that follow. And it's fairly typical, as I'm sure you'll agree, with Baroque composers and classical composers, in fact. An amen can take any shape. And so we're going to start to see some of these slightly more unusual leaps and movements, really. So our first amen here in bar 29 and 30 is Amen. Listen to that. Okay, so let's sing that together from 29. 3, 4. Amen. Very, very good. Let's do that one more time for luck. 2, 3, 4. Amen. Very, very good. And then we pick up just on the very last crotchet beat of that bar. Okay, and so I'm going to go from the last note of 30 to 32. Okay, and we're in after 4. It goes 3, 4. Amen. Okay. All right, so let's come in after 4, and then we'll run into that, because it makes more sense in context, okay? So in after 4, this is the last note of page 71. After 4, 2, 3, 4. Amen. It's a lovely moment, that, where we go to the minor at that point. So let's sing. Can we go back to bar 25, and we'll sing from 25 to 32, okay? Okay, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Remember, nice big smile. All right, after 1, deep breath. 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Excellent. Now, practice that. It's not the hardest thing we've ever sung as a choir by any means, but that last note of 30 going on to 31 is a little bit tricky, so practice that with your Fieri tracks and just make sure you're really comfortable and confident coming in on that beat that goes across the bar there. Fabulous. Okay, we're doing very, very nicely indeed. So let's pick it up now at the bottom of page 72. If you haven't had a drink of water recently, could I invite you to do that? I'm going to do that. Excuse me. Okay, so now bar 36, Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. So let's take it from 36, please, to bar 40. Okay, bar 40, and we get this this fugue subject back in the original key, and it sounds like this: 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Okay, and you'll hear the start of that. It's very familiar, and then he develops it and takes us in slightly unexpected directions. So what I'll do is I'll play and sing that for you one more time from 36, and then we'll learn it. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Lovely. Let's learn that in bits, shall we? So to begin with, Cum Sancto Spiritu, I think is quite straightforward, but let's sing it anyway. Okay, just Cum Sancto Spiritu and Cum Sancto Spiritu. So that, as far as we get there, we know that. That's all based on stuff that's gone before. Then, in gloria Dei Patris. Let's sing that just on its own. 3, 4. In gloria Dei Patris. And again. In gloria Dei Patris. One more time for luck. Okay, 3, 4. In gloria Dei Patris. And then. Amen. And. Amen. Great job. Well done. So let's run that, please. From 36, we have plenty of time. This is the last boom. We still have half an hour of the rehearsal left. So let's sing from 36 to there, please. Ready? Here's your notes. After 4, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Excellent. Now we have a little run of amens. We've got 4 amens that follow, picking up from the last note of bar 40. And so the first amen is just 1, 2, 3, amen. So we end on the note we started on. Ready? After 3, 1, 2, 3, amen. Good. Very, very nice. Now the next one is after 3, 2, 3, amen. Sing that with me. 1, 2, 3, amen. Very, very good. Okay, and then we have a single beat rest, and then we have an amen, which is all on the one note. And so we're in after 2. It's 1, 2, amen. Sing with me, please. 1, 2, amen. Very, very nice. That was, by the way, that was bar 43. And then the last amen starts in bar 42, and it's after 3, 1, 2, 3, amen. Sing that for me. 1, 2, 3, amen. Very, very good indeed. So let's run that whole section from 36, please, to 45. All right, from Cum Sancto, nice deep breath, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Very, very nice indeed. Well done. Very, very good. That little bit, does that last note of 14 to 41, that's tricky, isn't it? I'm finding that one a bit tricky. Amen. Practice just those 4 notes, and it might help to slow it right down, so just sing each note individually and check that the pitch is absolutely right. I think I might do that myself. Okay, we then have a lovely little bit of an instrumental interlude. Which just sounds straight out of Monteverdi's operas. It's absolutely lovely. Then the sopranos and basses start again in bar 50. Altos, you come in bar 51. And we are doing very well. We have 5 pages remaining of the work. Brilliant job. And so bar 51, just a little fragment really. It's in after 1. It's 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu. Sing that for me. 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu. And as you can see, what you're doing is you're answering the sopranos. Sopranos go, Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Yeah, so you're the talk to their tick, as it were. Then in 52, we have an Amen, another tension and release Amen. So it's 1, 2, oh, sorry, it's actually, no, this one is in after 1. And I made this mistake yesterday because the rests are a little bit unclear. So it's a 1 beat rest and then we're in. So it's in after 1, 3, 4, 1. Amen. Sing that for me. And 1. Amen. Excellent. And then we have another Amen, which is simply 1, 2, Amen. Sing that for me. 1, 2, Amen. Brilliant. Very, very well done. So can we sing, please, from bar 51 to bar 54? Ready after 1, 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu. Amen. Amen. Brilliant. Thank you so much, altos. So now we are at bar 56, and now we have quite an extended line. It goes pretty much from 56 through to 72 without a break. Let me just check. There is 1 rest. Oh, 2 rests, you lucky people. 2 rests. 1 in bar 57 and 1 in 62. Otherwise, it is 1 long line for 20 bars or so. And so, as I've said to everybody so far, and I'll say the same thing to the sopranos, this section is a big, big wall of sound. And so breathe where you need to. The advice I would give you, if we're all in the same room together, would be to breathe at really a non-obvious time. Okay, don't breathe immediately before an obvious note. And the other thing is to just take an entire note out. Okay, that just makes the whole thing much easier. So you could go, well, you could sing Cum Sancto Spiritu, Amen, and actually just miss that note out. Come back in, and you won't be rushed or hurried in any way, and the blend will cover that up. Okay, so here we are at bar 56, and what I'll do now is to sing from 56 to 58. We'll just do the first 3 bars. So it goes after 1, 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Alright, let's sing that together. Alright, so coming in at the start of 56 after 1. 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Excellent. Then over the page, we have Amen. So that first 2 notes of the Amen joins to the next Amen. All right, so let's sing from 58. Let's sing those 2 Amens, 58 and 59. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Amen. Amen. Lovely. And then let's finish this off. We've got 3 Amens from bar 60, and it sounds like this. Amen. Amen. Okay, I think the trickiest thing with that is just the counting on that long note leading into 62. So that F sharp there, which is the last note of 61 and the first two of 62, is 3 beats. Okay, so let's sing from 60 through to 62. Okay, 3, 4. Amen, amen, amen. Very, very nice. And then we have another amen, which is simply 3, 4. Amen. Sing that for me. And amen. Excellent. And you see, as soon as we land on that note, we're off again. And so we sing on the second beat, and I'm going to sing you the next amen. So this is the second note of 64 going through to the first note of 67. Okay, so it's 3, 4, 1. Amen. And I have to say, that's one of the nicest lines for the altos in the entire work. It's so, so beautiful. So listen to that again from 64. It goes 3, 4, 1. Amen. Isn't that lovely? It's mainly because that F sharp creates such a lovely clash against the basses, so you get to set up the most beautiful tension and release and lead us there. Okay, so let's sing together from this second note of bar 64 to there. Okay, deep breath. 3, 4, 1. Amen. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Well done. So what I'd like to do, because that's kind of the start of a new section, could we sing, please, altos, all together from bar 56 to bar 67, and we are down to the last 2 pages, doing really, really well. So from 56, please. Okay, so in after 1, 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Very, very, very well done. Thank you. Right, so let's carry on from 67. We have, this is bar 67, and we're into the last 2 pages. Absolutely brilliant. So what we see here in bar 67 is some long notes which are going across strong beats. So all of these notes from bar 67 to the men in 71 pretty much are all off beat, and so we need to grow through them, okay, because they create tension and release all the way through. So from 67 it sounds like this, and 1. Amen. Okay, so all those da, 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 you're going to grow through each of those notes for me. Okay, from 67, singing with me after 1, 3, 4, 1. Amen. Very nice. And then from there we just sing Amen to bring it home. So sing that for me. 3, 4, 1. Amen. And that last men there is 2 beats. Okay, so with that in mind, and I know we only have 1 page to go, but I would like to sing that whole section from 56 again to that last page, and then we have hopefully a straight run for the finish line. So sing one more time for me from 56, because this is the hardest bit in the fugue, without doubt. Okay, Cum Sancto Spiritu from 56. In after 1, 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 done, altos. Great stuff. So now the last page of this amazing work. So we have this lovely fast subject to finish off with, and so from 73 to the end, your part sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Okay, so let's sing that together from bar 73. 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. And we'll hold that last note for the suitable length of time. Wow, well done, altos. What I'd like to do is to sing this movement all the way through, and we have time to sing this one twice. I think we should, because this is tricky. We're not going to hear it with the full Fieri yet. We're just going to sing it with Nancy, and we should have time then, as promised, to sing Domine, Fili, Unigenite. Okay, because I wouldn't want you to saddle your horses and not get to ride them after all. So let's sing this fantastic fugue. Take it away, Richard. Here we go. So this is the basses. Bar 3. Bar 4. Deep breath. And...
Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Amen, amen, amen.
deep breath. And...
Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Amen. Amen.
And...
Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Amen.
And...
Cum Sancto Spiritu. Amen. Amen. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris.
Bravo. Well done, altos. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Well, look, we'll sing that one more time. I just want to point out one thing. Bottom of page 69, some of you will have spotted, and this is just one of those things that happens when people are recording in isolation. Our alto leader didn't sing the F sharp in bar 15. I would like you to sing it. Amen. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really impact the harmony too much. It's represented in the organ, but let's sing everything that's on the page, okay? So we'll do the full Cum Sancto Spiritu with that extra note. Let's do that one more time, please, altos. And then, in fact, what I'd like to do, given we have the time, let's do what we did with the tenors and basses yesterday. We will sing 11 and 12, okay? Because these movements run one into the other. So grab yourselves a drink and make sure that you are hydrated. And so we'll sing these two movements, and then we will finish with Domine, Fili, Unigenite. Okay, so back to the beginning of the 11th movement. So back to 63. Excuse me, quick sip of coffee. Okay, here we go. From the start, take it away, Richard. And
Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus, Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus, tu Solus Dominus, tu Solus Altissimus, Iesu Christe, Christe.
Sancto Spiritu. Ready? And
Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, Amen. 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 Amen.
tenor entry. Cum Sancto. Ready? And
Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Cum Sancto Spiritu. Amen. Amen. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen.
brilliant. Okay, thank you very much indeed, everybody. Now, before we move on from this, you will have probably noticed, and a couple of you have said in the comments, there were some extra amens or not enough amens. Please sing what we have on the score, okay? Our wonderful Fieri consort singers have done an incredible job, but we're all human, and if the altos put in an extra men or not enough, please just sing what we've got on the score. So I think there was one there at 61, wasn't there? Amen. She put an extra men in. We just have the one, and the other one was at the was around the 70s, wasn't it? It was the end of 71. So again, refer to my rehearsal if you wouldn't mind, and we'll sing what's on the score. Other than that, we've learnt the entire Vivaldi Gloria. Absolutely amazing, and in almost exactly the same amount of time it took to learn the tenor and bass parts as well. 2 hours and 52 minutes. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause. And in fact, that's it for the music learning for the Summer School 2020. It's absolutely amazing, the music that we've covered over the last 3 months. And so what I want to do to finish for today, just a very quick update about tomorrow, and then we'll sing through Domine, Fili, Unigenite. So if you could get that movement ready for me, please. This is that amazing galloping horse movement. I think I spilt the beans and said when I was a young tenor I would sit in the back row of the rehearsals in the Havering Youth Choir. All 7 of us, we're all 14 or so. And whenever this one would start, we would just sort of start galloping away on our invisible horses. It's amazing the things that come back to you when you sing these pieces, isn't it? Well, look, tomorrow, before we sing this lovely piece and bring our rehearsal to a close for today, tomorrow I'm going to see you at 11 o'clock, everybody all together. We will be topping and tailing all of the movements from the Gloria and just checking that everyone's happy with the starts and stops. I have a new piece of equipment arriving, hopefully in an hour or so, which is a whole load of buttons which will allow me hopefully to trigger the recordings without having to sort of fiddle around with the laptop over here. So we'll be trying those out tomorrow as well. But that will allow me, I hope, to just press a button and it all just plays. We're also going to, as you'll probably have seen from the email from Mark, we're going to be putting on a very special performance tomorrow. So in addition to the full Vivaldi Gloria, as sung and recorded for us by the amazing Fieri consort, we're going to be singing some other music. So the first half of the concert will be the Vivaldi Gloria, beginning to end, everything in there. Absolutely brilliant. We'll finish then, thank Fieri, thank Richard, and have a moment of reflection, and we'll also then talk about Christmas. And as I said to those of you who were here slightly before rehearsal, we have some incredible plans for Christmas, absolutely amazing. I'll be telling you tomorrow the music that we'll be singing. I'll be telling you all of the extra stuff that we've got planned, and how you can take part in, I think, a unique Christmas experience. It's going to be glorious, no pun intended. So after we've spoken about that a little bit, we will then sing the summative part of the summer school. We will sing your 2 movements from Vivaldi Gloria, the first and second movement. I've heard them and they sound absolutely fantastic. Following that, because it's the end of summer school and because we've worked so hard and we've learned these wonderful pieces, we will then sing your versions of For the Beauty of the Earth, of Ave Maristella by Grieg, and finishing tomorrow with Quanta Qualia. You'll need to make sure you've got the tissues handy because it's going to be a real tearjerker. An amazing way to finish what has actually been a phenomenal summer of music. So that is tomorrow at 3:30. Please, please, please come and join us for that. And if you have friends, family who you think would enjoy it, who maybe they haven't come across the self-isolation choir before, or it's not really been their thing, invite them along, okay, so they can hear what you sound like. Because that's often the thing that surprises people, I think. So well done, altos. Brilliant job today. Brilliant job on Tuesday. Let's finish with Domine, Fili, Unigenite. And as before, it will just be the alto part because I'm saving the fun of this one entire for tomorrow. But hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a huge pleasure as always. Let's have some fun before lunch. Right, take it away, Richard. Here we go. Hope we're all galloping. And
Domine, Fili, Unigenite,
Deep breath.
Domine Fili, Unigenite, Jesu Christe. Domine Fili, Unigenite, Domine Fili, Unigenite, Jesu Christe.
Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe.
Domine Fili, Domine Fili, Unigenite, Jesu Christe.
And
Jesu Christe. Jesu Christe.
fabulous. I just love that alto line from 79. Yeah. I think that's the happiest phrase in the entire summer school program. I can't think of anything that's as jubilant and as happy and as full of joy as that phrase. And it's yours, altos, and I think that's entirely appropriate. Well done. And so I will see you all officially. I will see you tomorrow morning for our pre-concert warm-up and going through everything and making sure all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted and so on, and then of course our concert tomorrow afternoon. Now, having said that, this afternoon I am working with the sopranos. This will be the last teaching rehearsal of the summer school, so we're going to have lots and lots of fun. If you want to come along and be nice to the sopranos, okay, I know you will be, we'll sing all these pieces again this afternoon, and you're more than welcome, of course. If you'd rather spend the afternoon singing along with our fantastic resources, of course they're all there for you. All of these lovely solo movements, you can sing along with the Domine Deus Agnus Dei and be the soloist. And so I just recommend just have fun, dig into these resources. I can't think of another choir that's ever produced this range of resources to sing with. So make the most of them. They're there for you to enjoy. And I will see you all officially tomorrow morning, or maybe some of you later this afternoon. Well done. Great job. Take care, altos, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.